All right, listen up. We're gonna get Huey to Cuba in the next 48 hours.
What we do is we make it look like it's one of your movies.
It's a location shoot as far as the feds are concerned. We got hair, makeup, wardrobe.
What movie are we talking about?
The Big Cigar.
I mean, I love The Big Cigar, man.
When I first read it, my first thought was, this can't be real. This didn't happen. This some Hollywood stuff that they done cooked up to try to, get people's interest. But, then in doing the research, I realized that it was largely true. Now, some elements of it have been obviously fictionalized in the story, in the show. But yeah, it was surprising to me to discover that so much of it was true. A couple of the things that I found interesting was how shy he was, as a child. He struggled with reading for quite some time, and so I think therefore had to understand and organize the world in a very particular kind of way. He didn't want to he hated public speaking, and yet we have this image and idea of him as this brash, outspoken, revolutionary. So the contradictions of those things I found really interesting. It's not an in-depth examination of the Black Panther Party or of Huey P. Newton, or it really is like an introduction, I would say. But at the same time, I do feel one of the things that I feel proud of, and I'm happy that we were able to include, is a very clear stating of the platform, the 10-point program, which included things that I think most reasonable people would agree with, access to decent education and to decent housing, and, food for children before they went to school in the morning, and trying to get people out of jail and so on. I think it's really cool that people are now seeing the Panthers and understanding that what they were about at its core was community organizing and trying to be an, asset to the community. Not guns and violence and the ways in which they've been vilified across the years. Sadly, there's always something that we're wrestling with in our time that seems relevant, to the work that they were doing at that time, So I think a voice like Huey Newton's today would certainly make a big impact. You're talking about banning books, and I'm thinking right now about the ways in which students right now are organizing on college campuses and so on. And I'm thinking about the energy of young Bobby Seale and Huey Newton and the efforts they made to organize. And, there's certainly some parallels to be drawn there.